everyone, Tweedledumdy here, back for another video for deck crafting guides. And today, we'll be looking into a faction of rebels, a group of bloody non-humans with elves, dwarves, dryads, and oddly enough, a few humans in their ranks, the Scoia'tael. Scoia'tael as a faction is I think one of the most diverse when it comes to playstyles and mechanics. From elf, dwarf, and harmony synergies, movement mechanics, hand buff, and my personal favorite, ambush. This makes the faction very enjoyable for players who want to explore various mechanics, and along with Northern Realms, would be the faction I would most recommend for beginners to try their hands on first. Moving on, we'll be discussing legendary cards, or cards that require 800 scraps to be crafted, and the cards I will be mentioning aren't ranked in any particular order, so feel free to craft the cards you think will be most useful for you if you don't have enough scraps to craft them all. We will be looking into not only the card's power level in the current meta, but also its versatility in being able to be added into various types of decks. With that out of the way, let's get started. Our first card is the Great Oak, a 13 provision 8 power unit that on deploy, damages an enemy unit by the number of cards on its left, in addition to boosting itself by the number of cards on its right side. Oak has been a Scoia'tael staple for as long as I can remember, and it's actually quite easy to get 13 points or more out of this card. Its effect is so versatile, you can add it into pretty much any deck, and if you're thinking of playing Scoia'tael, this card is a total must-craft. Next is Call of the Forest, a 10 provision special card with a nature tag that lets you play any Scoia'tael unit from your deck and boost it by 1. Think of it as a battle royal decree, and although it does limit your options to just Scoia'tael units, I would argue that it isn't a drawback at all because of just how good Scoia'tael units are. Call of the Forest, along with another special card we have on this list, is probably 90% of the reason why the nature category of special cards is so good right now. Our third card is Figgis, a 9 provision 4 power unit with 2 armor that spawns 2 rowdy dwarves on the same row. Figgis is also the Scoia'tael faction's defender card, and as I've emphasized on my previous videos, you can never really go wrong with having a defender card. Although Figgis works best in decks that focus on dwarf synergies, he can also add value to cards like the Great Oak, which we just mentioned. Figgis is a versatile card with immediate value, and like his counterparts in other factions, would work in any deck that you put him in. Next up is Water of Brokilon, an 11 provision special card with a nature tag that spawns 2 Dryad Fledglings into a row. The Dryad Fledglings have the harmony mechanic in them, and though they do work best in decks that utilize that, Water of Brokilon brings the same value that a card like Portal has, only without a deck thinning benefit. After playing this card, you're presenting 2 potentially threatening units for your opponent to deal with, and it is for this reason why this card is on our list. Finally, we have Fov, an 8 provision 2 power unit that lets you play any nature card from your deck. Now, you guys have already seen 2 top-notch nature cards, but that isn't all there is. There are actually a couple more nature cards that are equally as versatile that you can add into your deck, and Fov is just the girl you need to go and get it for you. By now, you should already know how much we love thinning cards on this channel, and Fov is among the best of them. And that's it. Our top 5 Scoia'tael legendary cards that I recommend beginners to craft first. Honorable mentions include Athleen, Novigradian Justice, Zoltan Warrior, Essingrim's Council, Milva, and Synthesis. All the cards I've mentioned are pretty versatile and can easily be slotted into many kinds of Scoia'tael decks. So, what do you guys think? Do you have other Scoia'tael legendary cards that you think should have made the list? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please leave a like if you like this video, and if you want to see more, consider clicking on the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye!